To overcome the lack of diversity and inclusion within the public relations industry, if we aspire together, we can certainly achieve together. To the Board of Directors, Trustees, Executive Committee, and Mr. Trunkill, the public relations industry views the Public Relations Society of America, also known as PIRSA, as a premier society and expects it to lead a charge of diversity and inclusion within the profession. Although PIRSA is proud of its diversity and inclusion initiatives and commitment and doesn't believe it has any competitors, some current and prospective PIRSA members do not agree that the organization is doing its best to target diversity members. Therefore, PIRSA must carefully coordinate its promotion tools to deliver a clear, consistent, and compelling message about the organization and its brand, and lead by example. Based on a stakeholder analysis, there are three relevant publics for this campaign. The primary publics with whom PIRSA needs to directly engage, including prospects, PR members, PR college students, high school students from minority backgrounds, as well as higher learning institutions, especially historically Black colleges and universities, which are integral to PIRSA's mission of greater diversification and inclusiveness. The secondary publics, who directly influence the primary groups, are current PIRSA members, PIRSA employees, competing minority and diversity organizations, PR agencies, corporate businesses, and the media. And the tertiary publics, who indirectly influence the secondary groups, are religious and community leaders, government, donors, sponsors, and opinion leaders. Other publics, such as competitors, are not selected as being strategic on this issue. Therefore, we do not need to address them specifically except through the media. However, for the communications campaign to be effective, it is vital that the communication and distribution channels used are congruent with respective stakeholder groups to ensure that each receives the message. Primary research was also conducted for this campaign. Given that PIRSA is already committed to D&I conducted research to fill the gaps where the organization is lagging by identifying innovative strategies and tactics to employ, as well as ways to enhance current programs and initiatives that can attract minority groups and sway public sentiment. Subsequently, to galvanize action and increase minority membership. To add value to the research, I took into account the three stages in the client decision process. 1. Pre-purchase choice among alternatives. 2. Client reaction during consumption. And 3. Post-purchase evaluation of satisfaction. Those led me to ask three crucial questions to three crucial issues. How can PIRSA increase its minority group membership via its diversity and inclusion commitment? What steps should PIRSA take to persuade minority groups about the value proposition of joining and staying with the organization? How can PIRSA change the public sentiment around its commitment to diversity and inclusion? Along with that research, I was able to identify campaign goals and objectives. The campaign goals have been established in relation to its mission statement, "Together we aspire, together we achieve," and are deeply rooted in PIRSA's vision of working towards achieving a more diverse PR profession. The end goal, however, is about increasing PIRSA's minority membership, significantly improving stakeholders' opinions of PIRSA, and cementing the Society's brand as the leading PR authority and go-to resource to guide the public relations and communications industry into the future. Accomplishing these goals will prove PIRSA's commitment that cultural diversity means diversity of thought and experience, and both minority and non-minority professionals will equally benefit from working with clients and businesses who are reflective of their varying identities, those who look like them and those who don't. Furthermore, it will lead to PIRSA's continued relevance and long-term sustainability as the premier public relations and communications organization. The campaign objectives are the central component of the campaign, that are designed to inform, shift attitudes, and change behaviors. Although PERSA's campaign objectives are varied and many, I have identified 6 that will aid the society in overcoming its diversity and inclusion challenge. The stated objectives are clearly defined and aligned with PERSA's overall goals and strategies. They leverage SMART goals for top achievement. They are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. What's more, the impact objectives are intended to educate and enlighten key publics, create feelings and opinions that would stimulate their actions to join the organization, and help to shape PERSA's future. To that end, the objectives are 1. To increase awareness of PERSA and its commitment to diversity and inclusion. Engage prospects, students, and other publics to join and help diversify the organization. Promote PERSA as an organization that supports a fair, equal, and inclusive workplace. Increase minority membership by 15 to 25%. Engage 15 to 25 current PERSA members to mentor prospects and students and helping them to consider PR as a career choice. Use traditional and social media to inform, attract, and influence at least 200 to 300 new minority customers. I relied on 3 guiding theories to help me throughout this campaign, and they are the mass communication 2-step flow, political socialization, and diffusion and adoption theories. The 2-step flow offers a roadmap for members and other constituents who are familiar with PERSA and its offerings to recommend and distribute information about the organization to new audiences. Through political socialization mass media social networks, we will target and influence peers. This approach will be used as outreach to key publics, secondary publics, and tertiary publics, aimed at spreading messages about PERSA and its diversity and inclusion commitment through likes, hashtags, and retweets. Likewise, the diffusion and adoption theory will give PERSA momentum and spread its message through minority groups. The end result is that people, as part of a social system, will adopt a new idea, behavior, or product. In this case, diversity and inclusion within the public relations profession. The themes and message that are very overarching throughout this campaign is that in order for PERSA to remain relevant and viable in the future, the society will need to take deliberate actions to include a range of voices and a diversity of perspectives from multicultural and multi-ethnic groups. PERSA must lead by example to help people and organizations adjust and adapt to diversity and inclusion within the profession. PERSA must also ramp up its diversity and inclusion initiatives and employ innovative outreach strategies aimed at restoring waning confidence in the society. To overcome the diversity and inclusion challenge, PERSA should actively target high school minority groups and post job openings at historically Black colleges and universities to increase the chances of receiving more resumes from diverse applicants. Along with the strategies, I was able to devise tactics that I can employ to guarantee an effective communications outcome. The following tactics correspond to each of the aforementioned objectives and have been identified as relevant to PERSA's communications program success. The first objective, building awareness of PERSA's diversity and inclusion program through engagement, education, and enhancement of initiatives. We would undertake a secondary PR website specifically dedicated to diversity and inclusion. The launch of the new diversity and inclusion website, we will paste promotional video of messages from minority group members. Create a specific D&I hashtag, hashtag Colors of the Rainbow, and send tweets about PERSA's commitment to engage and liaise audiences. Post a video to YouTube and Facebook pages, and announce video promos via email blast. The second objective, promoting benefits of the PERSA member experience. Position testimonials, case studies, opinions, and conversations on the Diversity and Inclusion webpage. Post photos, infographics, and other material on both websites and social media platforms about upcoming diversity initiatives and events. The third objective, promoting PERSA as the premier organization for PR and communications. Develop timely, relevant, and informational content. Host weekly podcasts and interviews with minority group members on topics of interest. Write weekly blogs on industry trends and observations affecting minority members and prospects, and hold monthly networking seminars for minority groups to provide a platform for discussion and information sharing. Similarly, Objective 4, showcase PERSA's D&I reputation. We will develop image ads and programs with minority group members and tap into senior minority public relations opinion leaders to serve as mentors. We'd also create a newsletter and in each issue pay homage to current and past minority group members who have excelled in the field. We will distribute those newsletters to members and prospects as well. The fifth objective, we would pitch culturally sensitive media events to reporters and bloggers nationwide. And we will align with multicultural and other minority groups' media networks to amplify the diversity and inclusion message. We will also coordinate a media blitz with celebrities such as cast members from Blackish, Fresh Off the Boat, Jane the Virgin, Speechless, and or Big Bang Theory relative to each of PERSA's minority group events. We will also utilize the art of storytelling via blog posts, op-eds, speeches, advisories, news releases, video news releases, and social media to attract and influence at least 200 to 300 new minority customers to join the society. One of the most important aspects of the communications plan is the evaluation process. So we would measure the number of likes, retweets, and comments about PERSA, whether the message reached the target audience and what impact did it have on them, to what degree was the intended audience exposed, which unintended audience also received the message, the effectiveness of the PR strategy in promoting a positive brand image of PERSA, whether the public relations program was valuable in driving sales of new membership, the success of current members in engaging and influencing new ones, the value brought to the campaign and to PERSA, success of new partnership agreements and alliances, and the volume of new minority clients. In terms of the campaign launch, we also look forward to a timeline. 6 months out to conduct public opinion surveys to forecast reaction. 5 months out, brainstorming and scenario construction. 4 months out, establish goals in regards to the mission. 3 months, develop a social media and broader PR plan. 2 months, have the video news release script written, accepted, video shot, edited, and approved before distribution. 1 month, email prospects, distribute posters and flyers, and create a page and post announcements on PERSA's website and new diversity and inclusion website, and point prospects to new initiatives, blogs, online collateral, and forums to encourage discussion and two-way communication. 2 weeks, post an ad on PERSA's Facebook page and tweet about an incentive offer to the first 50 people to refer a friend to join the organization. 1 week out, launch the campaign with a celebrity to coincide with Black History Month in February. Ongoing launches will include diversity and inclusion initiatives to coincide with Asian Heritage Month, Hispanic Heritage Month, and LGBTQ Pride Parade. Overcoming the lack of diversity and inclusion within the profession relies on us aspiring together, working together, and achieving together. I thank you sincerely for allowing me the opportunity to present this communications program before you here today. And I look forward to working with the Public Relations Society of America in implementing the Diversity and Inclusion Communications Campaign on your behalf. Thank you and have a wonderful day.